Committee formed to ensure education for displaced students of Lamlai Assembly constituency. MLA of Kumbi Assembly constituency, Sanasam Prem Chandra, reviews development works taken up in the constituency. Hello and welcome to Ast of English News at 2. In a bid to ensure education to displaced students of Lamlai Assembly constituency, a meeting was convened at the residence of Vice President RPI Athawale, Sapam Kangleipal, and constituted a committee called Miyamgi Mahailoisan Committee. The committee, which will be headed by its president, Thongnaucham Dhananjoy, will focus on providing education to students of Thamnapokpi, Sanasabi, Gwaltabi Kuno, Yangangpokpi, Santi Khongbal, Sabungkhok Kuno, and Sabungkhok village that have been left affected by the unrest. Speaking to media, Kangleipal informed that the committee will work on measures to provide free education to students from red zone areas, including Gwaltabi village. He said the initiative has been launched in view of poor state of government schools in the Assembly constituency and the disruption caused by the conflict.
Houzik Lamlai Senmilonji, Kamtang of Social Lakpa, Hogi Batai Kazi, Subam Numbum Director Namur Morkanda, Senmilonji, Kamtang Lekata Gravnina, Lakadoriba 2026K. Academic sessions data Masasing Zilai Tamba Tabangam Gadrangam Widra Habigi Akiva later Pusina Marmokanda Ekoi Nasi Semi Book Committee Ziga Punmi Naraga Ladyba Kunzazing Zigi Miamga Pulakanda Ekoi Karamba Makalgi Mating Pangadagi Haiba Wari from a lower Kanda Ladyba Committees in a Angma Mating Pangadam Gitam to Nasigi Committee Z Simzabani.
MLA of Kumbi Assembly constituency S. Prem Chandra today reviewed projects taken up at different regions of the constituency. During the visit, the MLA inspected the drain construction at Kumbi Setupur Maning Laikai, installation of street lights at Hiaikon Saiton Gram Panchayat, and cleaning process of Hiaikon Mayai Laikai Public Pond. Further, the MLA also interacted with the residents of Hiaikon Maning Laikai who have resettled into their homes after being displaced by the conflict to take stock of the living situation and welfare concerns. The initiative of the MLA has drawn appreciation from the youths and women folk of Hiaikon and Setupur.
Chakot Thorangi Matanga, when youth, we on the lady, youth singna, we emailed the Hazer Matamda, when Asumba, we street like Tandu, Masung, Atoba Toba Zaga, sing the Satobu Harubuda, we emailed the how you are tuna, we youth Kazapana, we Shandupa, Amasung, see street like Tamasi, Apu Pablo Jere, Aduitamakta, Aduga, Hogi Kunga Sigi, Prasing Amasung, Hogi, the youth singna. I honorable MLA hanging at the Sari.
Sing Tuna Lampa, Mayamgi, send the Ava Sum by visiting the Labasi, Massi, Lambizima, Patpi Regati to Renda Tanbi Regati Sing Tungaro, Prazada, Am no Ive to Oirani, and the Hanadi, we sing there, Ingonda Sangsil Laga, Gonpoive Ataba, because they have a Mahim Rokum Daba with a meadow. Sisima Sembiragati, Koyam.
As the Kukis continue to enforce its forceful restriction against the Meiteis from traveling on the national highways, and as the government remains incompetent to ensure free movement for its citizens, the Meitei community is left off to travel through air routes amid such harsh situations during the unrest. Reports have emerged of airline companies hiking their flight rates to secure profits from the present situation. We have a report.
I have some white and a doctor the Sale. Doctor the Yankan, that's my told Nangi heart kitchen my problem later at the no person Masama later knee high. I would do that. I can't come out of the guest help. I shot it like take a mite only the lad of Minina. I would take the deeds, my tone of my pump game a palm the cello. I then high, polishing and came to Toronto. I shall lay the Devanandi. So my don't doctor and not talk Peter. I lay the Devanin. पैसा अमदे पूर्व खोलुब तौबदा कनो तौरे अदो टिकेट ममन मखादा गाड़ी चटपा यादबनिना टिकेट प्लेन दा चले टिकेट ममन मयाम वांगरे मसिबु लैंगा नंतंग मियें चंगबिगदरा कमाय तौबिदौनो खंगदे लैतब खोजि याम वाना खांगेदा
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯏꯆꯟꯅꯨꯄꯤ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯋꯥꯔꯦ ꯔꯤꯝꯁꯇꯁꯨ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯨꯔꯦ ꯃꯄꯥꯟꯂꯣꯝꯗ ꯆꯠꯂꯣꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯐ꯭ꯂꯥꯏꯠ ꯇꯤꯀꯦꯠ ꯑꯃꯔꯣꯝ ꯑꯃ ꯇꯥꯡꯕꯅꯦ ꯕꯁ ꯐꯪꯉꯤ ꯆꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯆꯠꯄ ꯌꯥꯗꯗꯅ ꯕꯦꯔꯥꯀꯥ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯂꯩꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯗꯤ ꯑꯅꯥꯕꯕꯨ ꯌꯦꯡꯒꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯅꯣꯏ ꯐ꯭ꯂꯥꯏꯠ ꯇꯤꯀꯦꯠꯕꯨ ꯀꯛꯅꯕ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯒꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤꯁꯨ ꯁꯤꯟꯃꯤꯅꯤꯅ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯕ ꯉꯥꯛꯇꯅꯤꯅ ꯈꯒ ꯇꯦꯛ ꯇꯦꯛ ꯈꯒ ꯈꯣꯝꯖꯤꯟꯖꯕ ꯄꯩꯁꯥꯁꯤꯡꯁꯨ ꯀꯣꯟꯅꯗ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯀꯔꯤꯅꯣꯕ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯁꯤꯒꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯍꯤꯡꯒꯗ꯭ꯔꯥꯕ
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯦ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯁꯦ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯇ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯐ꯭ꯂꯥꯏꯠ ꯇꯤꯀꯦꯠ ꯀꯛꯄ ꯃꯇꯝꯗꯕꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯣ ꯑꯃ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯣ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯊꯤꯅ ꯋꯥꯡꯈꯠꯂꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯑꯅꯥꯕ ꯌꯦꯡꯕ ꯆꯠꯄꯅꯤꯅ ꯈꯤꯇꯪ ꯌꯦꯡꯕꯤ ꯇꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯍꯦꯟꯅ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯅꯤꯁꯨ ꯈꯜꯂꯦ ꯁꯤꯗꯁꯨ ꯌꯦꯡꯕꯗꯣ ꯈꯤꯇꯪ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯖꯗꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯋꯥꯏꯗ ꯌꯦꯡꯕꯗꯨꯁꯨ ꯗꯣꯛꯇꯔꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯗ ꯆꯠꯂꯣ ꯈꯣꯠꯂꯣꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯛꯄꯗꯒꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯆꯠꯄꯅꯦ ꯄꯩꯁꯥꯁꯦ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯋꯥꯡꯉꯦ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯇꯦ ꯁꯤꯗꯩꯅ ꯒꯨꯋꯥꯍꯥꯇꯤꯐꯥꯎ ꯆꯠꯄꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯐ꯭ꯂꯥꯏꯠ ꯇꯤꯀꯦꯠ ꯃꯃꯜꯁꯦ ꯂꯨꯄꯥ 9,900 ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯂꯩ ꯂꯨꯄꯥ 9,900ꯗ ꯎꯄꯥꯏ ꯂꯩꯇꯕꯒꯤ ꯀꯛꯄꯅꯦ ꯁꯦ
ꯂꯩꯕꯥꯛꯀꯤ ꯁꯤꯆꯨꯋꯦꯁꯟꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯃꯔꯤ ꯂꯩꯅꯔ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯈꯪꯗꯦ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯁꯤ ꯏꯝꯐꯥꯜ ꯒꯨꯋꯥꯍꯥꯇꯤ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒ ꯏꯝꯐꯥꯜ ꯀꯜꯀꯇꯥꯁꯤ ꯏꯝꯐꯥꯜꯗꯒꯤ ꯆꯠꯈꯤꯕꯒꯤ ꯃꯑꯣꯡꯁꯤꯗ ꯍꯜꯂꯛꯄꯗꯤ ꯊꯣꯏꯗꯣꯛꯄ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯇꯧꯗꯦ ꯆꯠꯈꯤꯕꯁꯤꯗ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯋꯥꯡꯈꯠꯄ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯄꯣꯠꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯆꯍꯤ 19 ꯐꯪꯉꯛꯄꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯝꯇ ꯊꯦꯡꯅꯗꯦ ꯇꯧꯕꯇꯕꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯝ ꯈ꯭ꯔꯤꯁꯃꯥꯁꯀꯨꯝꯕ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯗꯨꯔꯒꯥ ꯄꯨꯖꯥꯒꯨꯝꯕꯗꯗꯤ ꯈꯤꯇꯪ ꯍꯦꯟꯒꯠꯂꯒꯁꯨ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯁꯣꯔꯠ ꯗ꯭ꯌꯨꯔꯦꯁꯟꯗ ꯍꯞꯇꯥ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯩꯒ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯗꯥꯎꯟ ꯆꯠꯂꯦ ꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯊꯥ ꯑꯃ ꯁꯨꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯒꯨꯋꯥꯍꯥꯇꯤ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯂꯨꯄꯥ 9,900 ꯃꯊꯛꯇ ꯂꯣꯏꯅ ꯂꯩꯔꯦ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯁꯦ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯀꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯅꯣ ꯀꯅꯥꯅ ꯁꯥꯟꯅꯩꯅꯣ ꯀꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯅꯣ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯒ꯭ꯌꯥꯟ ꯑꯃ ꯇꯥꯗ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯌꯣꯜꯂꯤꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯨ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯕ꯭ꯂꯦꯝ ꯂꯩꯔꯦ ꯏꯚꯟ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯗꯤ ꯐꯔꯦ ꯀꯁꯇꯃꯔ ꯂꯥꯛꯄꯁꯤ ꯀꯛꯀꯦ ꯂꯥꯛꯑꯒ ꯀꯛꯄ ꯉꯝꯗꯕ ꯏꯃꯥꯔꯖꯦꯟꯁꯤ ꯂꯥꯛꯑꯒ ꯀꯛꯄ ꯉꯝꯗꯕ ꯑꯅꯥꯕꯒꯤ ꯂꯥꯛꯑꯒ ꯀꯛꯄ ꯉꯝꯗꯕ ꯃꯇꯝ ꯈꯔ ꯆꯠꯀꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯈꯜꯂꯒ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯗꯅ ꯍꯟꯈꯤꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯨ ꯌꯣꯟꯅꯤꯡꯉꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯨ ꯁꯥꯔꯚꯤꯁ ꯄꯤꯅꯤꯡꯉꯤ ꯇꯧꯕꯇꯕꯨ ꯄꯩꯁꯥꯗꯣ ꯋꯥꯡꯕꯅꯤꯅ ꯑꯦꯐꯣꯔꯠ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯉꯝꯗꯕ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯌꯥꯎꯋꯦ ꯂꯩꯕꯥꯛꯀꯤ ꯏꯔꯥꯡꯒꯤ ꯑꯁꯨꯛ ꯋꯥꯔꯀꯥꯟꯁꯤꯗ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯍꯦꯟꯒꯠꯂꯛꯄꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯀꯔꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯗꯧꯕꯒꯤ ꯀꯔꯤ ꯂꯩꯕꯒꯤꯅꯣꯁꯨ ꯈꯪꯗ꯭रे ꯃꯁꯤ ꯂꯩꯕꯥꯛꯀꯤ ꯑꯣꯊꯣꯔꯤꯇꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯀꯥꯡꯕꯨꯅ ꯈꯤꯇꯪ ꯃꯤꯠꯌꯦꯡ ꯆꯪꯉꯒꯗꯤ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯐꯒꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯈꯜꯂꯦ 3,000 ꯄꯤꯕ ꯇꯤꯀꯦꯠꯇꯨꯅ 9,900 ꯃꯊꯛ ꯂꯩꯇꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯃꯤ 3 ꯆꯠꯂꯛꯄ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯀꯌꯥ ꯂꯥꯛꯀꯅꯤ ꯑꯞ ꯗꯥꯎꯟꯗ 9,000 ꯑꯦꯐꯣꯔꯠ ꯇꯧꯔꯅꯦꯕ 10,000 ꯑꯦꯐꯣꯔꯠ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯌꯥꯕ ꯄꯣꯠꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯉꯝꯗꯗꯅ ꯆꯠꯈꯤꯕ ꯀꯣꯡꯒꯥꯏ ꯑꯃꯅꯤ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯇꯅ ꯍꯟꯈꯤꯕ ꯀꯣꯡꯒꯥꯏ ꯑꯃꯅꯤ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯁꯨ ꯑꯅꯥꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯩꯔꯤ ꯆꯠꯄ ꯉꯝꯗꯗꯅ ꯏꯝꯐꯥꯜ ꯚꯦꯂꯤꯗ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯤ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯤ ꯃꯄꯥꯟꯗ ꯆꯠꯄꯒꯤ ꯋꯦꯁꯦ ꯑꯃꯈꯛꯇꯪ ꯉꯥꯏꯕ ꯋꯦꯁꯤ ꯐ꯭ꯂꯥꯏꯠ ꯅꯠꯇꯅ ꯑꯣꯞꯁꯟ ꯂꯩꯇ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯆꯠꯄꯒꯤ ꯃꯤꯟꯁꯤꯗ ꯃꯈꯥ ꯁꯨꯡꯌꯥ ꯌꯥꯗ꯭ꯔꯕꯅꯤꯅ ꯃꯊꯛꯁꯤꯗꯒꯤ ꯈꯤꯇꯪ ꯉꯥꯏꯕꯁꯤꯗꯐꯥꯎꯗ ꯃꯣꯏꯅ ꯑꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯁꯥꯟꯅꯔꯤꯕ ꯃꯣꯏꯅ ꯑꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯍꯦꯟꯒꯠꯂꯤꯁꯤ ꯀꯔꯤ ꯃꯔꯝꯒꯤꯅꯣ ꯊꯥ ꯑꯃ ꯍꯦꯟꯅ ꯃꯨꯛ ꯁꯨꯔꯦ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯋꯥꯡꯈꯠꯂꯤꯁꯦ ꯇꯥꯕꯒꯤ ꯋꯥ ꯂꯩꯇꯦ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯗꯦꯠ 16 17 ꯁ꯭ꯋꯥꯏꯐꯥꯎꯗ 3,000 ꯄ꯭ꯂꯁ ꯉꯥꯛꯇꯅꯦ ꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯀꯅꯥꯅ ꯀꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯧ ꯑꯦꯐꯣꯔꯠ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯉꯝꯒꯅꯤ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯩ ꯃꯩꯇꯩ ꯑꯃ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯃꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯩ ꯈꯤꯇꯪ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯖꯗꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯌꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯑꯣꯊꯣꯔꯤꯇꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯗꯥꯏꯇ ꯂꯧꯕ ꯀꯥꯡꯕꯨꯅ ꯈꯤꯇꯪ ꯃꯤꯠꯌꯦꯡ ꯆꯪꯍꯟꯅꯤꯡꯉꯤ ꯁꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯁꯤꯗ
The NSS cell of Manipur University launched its Har Ghar Tiranga campaign 2025 at the Department of Anthropology on Saturday. The program was chaired by NSS Program Coordinator Dr. L. Santosh along with program officers Dr. K.H. Herachandra and Dr. H. Suraj. The highlight of the event was a talk by Assistant Professor at the Department of Sociology Dr. T. Dipamanjari, who traced the origin and development of the Indian national flag, exploring its role in India's freedom struggle and nation building. The day's activities also included a Tiranga Rangoli art competition and a quiz on the national flag, both of which drew enthusiastic participation. The program culminated in a patriotic rally with participants marching while holding the tricolour aloft. Babina Hospital concluded its week-long free skin health camp organized as part of activities marking the hospital's first Foundation Day on 3rd August 2025. The camp was led by Senior Consultant Dermatologist of the hospital, Dr. Karam Lokendro, and provided free consultations. Attendees also received discounts on necessary laboratory investigations and applicable procedures. Registered patients also received a follow-up benefit as part of the program. As part of its outreach effort, the hospital also extended the service to internally displaced persons from More and Churachandpur who are currently taking shelter at the alternate housing complex relief camp in Langol Game Village. Over the course of the 7 days, the camp served a total of 270 patients. Speaking at the conclusion of the camp, Dr. Karam Lokendro described the experience as deeply rewarding, highlighting the importance of preventive skin health and timely medical intervention. The 8th edition of the Radiant Wellness Conclave was held on August 9 at the Taj Coromandel, Chennai. Organized by the Radiant Group of Companies, this year's conclave focused on the theme 9 Dimensions of Wellness in an Era of Disruption. The day-long event brought together a lineup of eminent speakers and thought leaders, including Dr. Shashi Tharoor, Shabna Azmi, Bomani Rani, Dr. Sriram Nene, Barkha Dutt, and many more. The highlight of the evening was the presentation of the awards to 9 outstanding recipients. Among the awardees was the Wings of Hope Charitable Trust, honored with the Special Category Award for Service to Humanity and Society. Out of 814 nominations across India, Wings of Hope was the unanimous choice of an eminent jury. Leading the trust, retired Lieutenant Colonel L. Manongba and L. Meena received the award on behalf of their team. Bhumai Naga Women Union PNM observed its 38th Raising Day under the theme Nurturing Bonds, Shaping Future on Saturday at its head office in Senapati District Headquarters. Addressing the gathering, President PNM P. Delila Pau recalled the painful history that gave rise to the union. She emphasized that the strength and unity of Bhumai women were forged in the aftermath of the infamous Operation Bluebird of 1987. She highlighted that PNM was not formed out of hatred, but out of a collective determination to protect dignity, uphold human rights, and ensure no future generation suffers in silence. The President urged the community to remain steadfast in building unity, bridging divides, and investing in the younger generation, asserting that a strong future is nurtured daily through mutual respect, solidarity, and vision. Delilah Pau also paid tribute to the sacrifices of past leaders, emphasizing the importance of honoring them through action. The event also saw greetings and messages of solidarity from various dignitaries. Now to national and international news. The Election Commission says it has delisted 334 registered unrecognized political parties, RUPPs, which have failed to fulfill the essential condition of contesting even a single election for 6 years since 2019. The offices of these parties could also not be physically located anywhere. These 334 registered unrecognized political parties are from different states and union territories across the country. National political parties, state political parties, and registered unrecognized political parties in the country are registered with the poll body under the provisions of the Representation of the People Act. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has firmly rejected any suggestion that Ukraine might relinquish territory to Russia as part of a potential peace deal, following comments by U.S. President Donald Trump proposing a territorial swap to end the war. Ukraine will not surrender land to the occupier, Zelensky said, emphasizing that Kyiv has no intention of rewarding Russia for its aggression. Zelensky underscored the need for a genuine and enduring peace, saying the goal is not a pause in the killings, but a real lasting peace immediately. His remarks came as top Ukrainian and European officials met with U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance in England to discuss diplomatic avenues for ending the conflict, now entering its 4th year. The meeting included representatives from key European nations, including the United Kingdom, France, Germany, Italy, Finland, and Poland. Zelensky described the discussions as constructive and expressed optimism about continued Western support. Zelensky also strongly criticized a planned meeting between President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin, scheduled for August 15 in Alaska. Any decisions made without Ukraine's participation are null and void, and they will never work, he stated. Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva spoke with Russian President Vladimir Putin yesterday for about 40 minutes, the presidential palace in Brasilia said. It added that Putin briefed him on talks with the United States and recent peace efforts related to the war in Ukraine. The two leaders also discussed cooperation within the BRICS bloc of emerging economies and reviewed the current international political and economic situation. The conversation with Lula is the latest of a flurry of calls between Putin and foreign leaders in recent days ahead of the Russian president's expected meeting with U.S. President Donald Trump next week. 3 Thai soldiers were injured by a landmine while patrolling a border area near Cambodia, the Thai army said in a statement. 1 soldier lost a foot and 2 others were injured after one of them stepped on a landmine as they patrolled an area between Thailand's Sisaket and Cambodia's Phra Vihear provinces. Thailand's army has accused the neighboring country of planting concealed weapons in violation of international law. Cambodia denies the accusation. The incident came 2 days after the two countries reasserted their commitment to a ceasefire that ended a brief but intense period of fighting. The incident risks inflaming tensions, which remain high despite the fragile truce agreed on July 29 to end the armed conflict. Before we close the headlines once again. Committee formed to ensure education for displaced students of Lamlai Assembly constituency. MLA of Kumbi Assembly constituency, Sanasam Prem Chandra, reviews development works taken up in constituency. That's all for the moment. Thank you for joining us.